Welcome back to our series. This is a second episode we are going to shoot today about the case study for one of the customers we had experience with, and we want to share his experience. Everything will be completely anonymous. This sharing is just so that we can take some giveaways from this journey of another person and see what we can get out of it. So I would like to tell you about a story of a customer who got introduced to me by one of my ex-colleague. He and his brother-in-law were looking for property, and they were looking for something in the close to amenities in a posh area. They had a very good budget and everything. And finally, I end up meeting them a couple of times, spent decent amount of time, showing them the 2 or 3 projects which they loved. When I was showing this property, I came to know that, okay, the customer which I thought would be looking for, he's not looking for the property. He'll be buying in a year or 2. He's not mentally prepared for it. But the other person, his brother-in-law was interested in buying property immediately. So they were looking for 3-bedroom apartment, close to amenities with a view and everything. Eventually, the brother-in-law ended up buying somewhere else. And the one property which I showed to them, they really loved it. But there was a gap of around $100,000 to $200,000 property which I showed versus which they have bought. And eventually that deal was gone. But I was still in touch with them. I was still, I was still trying to help this other gentleman who was looking for the property. And because I showed them the quality products, only the quality project, like average quality or no property with the gimmicks, they loved my approach, and I'm really thankful for them for trusting me. So the customer who I'm about to tell you, they contacted me after 1 year. Almost after 1 year. Hey Sumit, I'm ready now. I'm mentally in that space where I want to buy a property. I can commit something. I said, okay, let's meet again and see what we have available right now and what we can show you. And then we showed him the couple of projects, and I also showed him the same project which I showed to his brother-in-law a year ago. He was there as well. But you know what? Within that 6 months to 12 months time, the property, these are the off-the-plan property in a very high demanding area. And within that 6 months to time, the property value changed from 900 something to 1.2, $1.3 million. The same property, the buyer could have bought a year ago and saved $200,000 to $300,000 in his pocket, just because he was not in that mental space, which I understand and which I respect, because it's a big decision when you buy a property, when you buy a home, especially when you buy your first home. I understand that. But just by taking a time or preparing yourself is a good thing. But if you stretch it beyond a certain amount of time, especially in a growing market, you may lose a considerable amount of capital growth, and it's going to bite you back. So the buyer eventually bought a 2-bedroom apartment, water facing, beautiful location. I love that location. I love this floor plan. Amazing. The same property was available 6 months or 1 year ago for $990 or something. Now it was sold for now he bought for $1.3 or $1.25 million. I'm not declaring the exact amount because that I want to keep it absolutely anonymous. I always tell my buyers, if you think you want to buy a home, whether it's an apartment, townhouse, or house and land, and if you think you're ready or you're going to make that decision in 6 months, unless you are having a capital crunch where you're going to go to down payment, make a decision as soon as possible, as soon as you find the right property, especially when you buy something which is under construction of the plan, because nothing is going to change. In those 6 months, the project is going to take place in that time frame. You're not the only one who is going to buy the property in that project. there are hundreds of buyers who are buying property in that project. So the sooner you make a decision, you have three advantages in off the plan properties. One is you have more floor plans to choose from. You buy property in the early stage, it means you buy property at cheaper value as compared to the what people who are going to buy in future. Because if the market goes up, the developers will increase the prices. Number three, you have more color options or upgrade options, because later when the project is about to be completed, many developers are not able to give you the color options because the raw material, the construction material has already been ordered, and as a result you have to live with what you get. So I would highly recommend to the buyers, the aspiring home buyers or investors, if you're looking to buy a property in an off the plan project, look for something which is made by a very good team, a good developer, good builder, good architect. The team is the most important factor. Then it's in a growing suburb, and if it is in your budget, don't think too much about, don't take more than 2 or 3 months, because generally after 2 or 3 months or 6 months, the things which you're looking for does not apply on that property anymore. Either the stock will be gone or the prices will go up. This I have seen in most of the projects I have been selling in Sydney market. In this case study, I just told you one such buyer. There are many buyers who I'm currently trying to help are in the similar boat. They have been thinking for more than a year or 6 months, and what happened in those last 6 months or 1 year, the Sydney property market grew by 7%. In the suburbs where there's a high demand because of the demography or the work or the employment of the connectivity, like Parramatta, like Norwest, Rouse Hill, the property market have gone up by 10 to 15%. So it is very important that you look for such locations, but you also make a quick decision, because if you don't do that, you are the one who's going to pay the hefty prices. If you like this video, if you like the content, please like, share and comment this video.